What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode. Coach Joe here with Heartletics.com. Today, we're going to be talking about the 3 best training tips to help you burn body fat, build lean muscle tissue, and I'm even going to be throwing in a bonus tip that's really going to help you guys out, especially if you're somebody that's been struggling for years to get the results that you're looking for. Trust me, this episode is going to break everything down for you. Now, I will say this. You need to understand, okay? I have been doing coaching, right, for over 6+ years. We've helped thousands of guys. I am going to literally teach you exactly how we formulate a game plan in creating a training routine. A training routine for somebody that always works. It always works, okay? So, with that being said, let's dive right into the first best training tip. And that is to do something you enjoy doing. Man, you thought I was going to talk about like bench pressing and squats and deadlifts, something like that, right? Or like HIIT interval, training versus, something else. No, you need to do something that you enjoy doing. Why? Well, at the end of the day, it's the same thing when it comes down to the best nutritional tips. You have to enjoy what you're doing. Like, what is the point of doing something if you don't enjoy doing it? You can't be consistent with it, I get asked literally all the time, Joe, what's your viewpoint on cardio? What's the best cardio to do? And I'm like, I hate cardio. You're asking the wrong coach, right? I'm that guy that has a six-pack all year round, and I don't do any cardio. In fact, I despise cardio. What I do instead is something I enjoy doing, which I don't call it cardio. I call it NEAT, which is one of our fat loss habits for success. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, NEAT. And so I give myself a step goal. That's it. I focus on 10,000 steps a day. And in fact, we get a lot of our clients doing the same step goal because guess what? They enjoy doing it. It's sustainable. It's easier to do rather than just running sprints or doing, high intensity interval training, So at the end of the day, the first tip for you when it comes to, these training tips that's either going to help you burn body fat, put on some lean muscle tissue, and just really help you with a body recomposition. So that way, hey, you have more confidence taking off your shirt, maybe at the beach or, cutting the grass, whatever the case may be. You need to enjoy what you're doing. You need to. Okay, so I'll give you some tips here that works really well with some of the clients that we coach, because everything that we do, from the workouts to the meal plans to the check-ins, everything, it's all personalized for them, their lifestyle, their goals, because that's what's going to ensure them being taught how to do this all on their own. Maybe you heard the phrase, somebody can give you a fish and feed you for a day, or somebody can teach you how to fish and feed you for the rest of your life. Yeah, we want to teach our clients how to do everything, because that's our mission, right? That's what's going to be sustainable. That's what's really going to help them out and initially help them reach their goals. And not only that, but that way they don't have to worry about regaining all that weight right back because they built up habits. They learned how to do it all. They have the knowledge. Knowledge is key. And so you got to find something that you enjoy doing, okay? Whether you're working out, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5, 6, it doesn't matter. Whether you're in the gym, whether you're at home, whether you're focusing on more of strength building, right? Which is, heavier weight, lower rep ranges, or more circuit-based, drop sets, supersets, different things like that. Find out what works best for you that you enjoy doing. You have to enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, if somebody's going to tell you, hey, you have to do 50 burpees a day, and you hate doing burpees, realistically, right? You're paying somebody to make you do things you don't like. So in my opinion, I think that's a scam right there. But second, when that person is no longer there, unless you're going to always pay them, how are you going to be able to do that when no one's telling you to do and no one's forcing you to do something, when no one's holding you accountable? Why we focus on creating something that works best for somebody that they enjoy doing is because they can do this all on their own. It's teaching them. That's it. So the first training tip is literally figure out what you enjoy doing. That's it. Do what you enjoy doing. Now the second one, okay, is to make sure that whatever you're doing, you can progress with. Okay, so now we're talking a little bit of the inside out here, right? About like the nitty gritty on how to change your body. So let's say you're working at home. You don't have any equipment at all. Well, what can you easily progress with? Maybe that's push-ups, right? Like us in the Spartans group, we're banging out 300 push-ups, 300 sit-ups a day. You buy yourself an ab mat on Amazon. Maybe if you have bad wrists, you can buy those rings. That's what I actually use, right? It's like holders. So that way you're holding on to the push-up, ring like this instead of, forcing against your wrist. And so you can do something, right, that one, you enjoy doing, but two, you can progress with, like Bill. He's a prime example of this because he's in Spartans right now, literally completing 300 push-ups, 300 sit-ups a day with all the other Spartans. Okay. If you're wondering what Spartans is, we have several different community groups at Heartletics. Spartans is the guys only, and it's like the top tier guys. These are the guys that are more leaders. These are guys that go above and beyond to help out other guys inside the main community group, the Wolf Pack. And these are the guys that's also advancing into our mindset coaching phases. And so Spartans, right, we're all on this mission of doing 300 push-ups, 300 sit-ups each and every day. Non-negotiable. Like we're doing it, right? Because it's building up that mental muscle, that discipline, that consistency. But here's the thing with Bill, when he got started, he wasn't doing any push-ups. In fact, like he actually told Coach Brian on one of the check-ins, like he couldn't even do, I think, 5 regular push-ups. He had to first start off on his knees. But now here he is progressing. I believe he's in coaching phase 4 right now. So he's just starting off the mindset coaching phases. And he's doing 300 regular push-ups. So you got to find something that you can progress, and stick with, and you can improve on. So that's just one example if you're working at home. If you're working at the gym, it's very simple, Progressive overload, there's 3 different variables to that. The first one is, hey, you can lift up heavier weights every single week. Like if you're bench pressing, let's say 135 pounds for 10 reps, maybe the next week, try 145 pounds for 10 reps, If you get to a certain point, which you will, because you can't just continue to increase, right, the weight every single week, every single workout, you're going to hit that sticking point. Well, hey, then you can increase on the volume. So maybe that's more reps, more sets, whatever the case may be, where you're still working out that muscle and progressing it, even though you're not increasing the overall weight. And then the last one is decreasing the amount of rest, and so I like to mix the last two. Volume, but also decreasing the rest. I like doing more circuit-based. I like going in the gym as like a war zone, a battlefield. I'm in, I'm out. Hey, it works best for me. I got a bad back. I got bad shoulders, bad knees. So I like to play it safe. I don't really like to lift heavy. Now, am I just sliding around 10-pound baby weights? Absolutely not. I'm pushing myself, but I'm doing so in a way where, hey, it's what I enjoy, right? Number one, and it's comfortable and I can progress with. So remember, the first training tip, hey, you got to enjoy doing what you do. The second training tip is find something that you can progress with, right? So making sure that, hey, you're not just hitting that plateau, right? You're progressing, right? That not only just builds your muscle, but it builds your mindset as well, Anything in life worth having is going to require some discipline, some sacrifice, and it's going to require some willpower to push through. And the last training tip, honestly, and this one hits the head for most people because most people still they just struggle with this so much. You have to do something that works best with your schedule. You have to. Like, it needs to work best with your lifestyle. Coach Jimmy, he lost over 130 pounds in a year. He's a prime example of this. When we first had our discovery call, back when I was doing discovery calls, okay, he told me, he's like, hey, man, I want to work out. I want to go to the gym, Planet Fitness. I want to work out. I think he said like 6 days a week. I was like, Jimmy, when's the last time you were in the gym? And he's like, it's been like a few years. I'm like, okay. And you just want to go work out 6 days a week from the start? That does not work at all, brother. I said, we need to walk before we run. So why don't we focus on a game plan on what can we do, right, that works best with your schedule? Because you're very busy. You're a bus driver. And we were able to formulate a game plan. Hey, start off with 3 times a week and then progress to 4 times a week and then progress to 5 times a week. To where, Jimmy's consistent with it now, but he built up to it. So many guys like to just dive in head first. Oh, it's the New Year's. I'm going to dive in head first, right? Sign up for a gym membership and go every single day. Like, that's why they fail by the end of February. That's why like they go back to their old ways in March, you know? Because at the end of the day, they're treating it like a sprint. They're not treating it like a marathon, like a journey. You know, they're not. They're treating it like, oh, I got to get from here to here, and I'm going to, cut out all my favorite foods, cut out all my carbs, do endless amounts of cardio, work out twice a day until I get there. And then they think like, oh, realistically, hey, once I get there, I can go back to my old ways. I'll be fine. I'll be able to maintain my results. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all, you know? It's the same thing when guys try to cut out their carbs, and they're like, oh, I'm just going to do this till I lose some weight, and I'm going to incorporate the carbs right back. What happens? They incorporate their weight right back as they start eating carbs again because they don't understand the difference between weight loss and fat loss and how it's two different things. Nobody's given them the knowledge. Nobody's educated them on how to do this all. And so when it comes down to figuring out what works best for your lifestyle, go off your schedule. Go off of your body type also, right? Like, hey, if you got a bad back, maybe you should avoid deadlifts and squats. Even though what you hear about, oh, those are the best compound exercises to do, you'll burn the most body fat, you'll build the most lean muscle tissue. Sure, there's 100% truth to that, but take it from a credible source like myself. I stay 10% body fat all year round. I don't squat, I don't deadlift because I have a bad back. Hey, I don't want to be that one that's squatting and deadlifting, and the next thing you know, for the next 3 days, I can't go down on the ground and wrestle my son, right, because of my bad back, right, because I'm in so much pain and I'm sore. It's called not risking it for the biscuit, right? That's what we like to teach our clients. And so you need to do the same. And so I'm sure you're probably wondering, like, Joe, I wanted to listen to this because I want to know what's the best workout split and what's the best rep ranges to do. And, that's obviously what we coach and we teach our clients on as they go through our training course, right? But at the end of the day, like, you don't need to know any of that stuff because it's irrelevant. If you're trying to burn body fat, trying to build lean muscle tissue, focus on the 3 things that I just said. 1, you got to enjoy doing what you do. 2, find something that you can progress with. 3, it has to work best with your lifestyle, your schedule, body type, everything like that. It has to fit in. Because the 4th one, this is your bonus tip right here, is you can't give up. Like, the name of the game here for success is consistency. That's it. You have to be consistent. And so many times, guys try to dive in head first, and they're like, oh, I'm just going to do this until I see my results, right? But then what happens? They give up. They throw in the white towel because they don't see those results. And because their head's not in the right place. They're doing it for all the wrong reasons. They're doing it to just look a certain way, see a number on the scale go down, and that's it. That's the wrong reasons, We always tell everybody this at Heartletics. You have to have that deep-rooted why. Why are you doing this? Why are you showing up each and every day? What are your goals? Like, when you have a why and when you have a goal that's not just the number on the scale, and it's like, oh, I want to have more energy to play with my kids. Oh, I want to be a better leader and create, better habits for the entire family. Oh, I want to prove this to, my coworkers and most importantly, prove this to myself that, hey, even though I'm in my 50s, my 60s, I can still do this. I'm not going to throw in the white towel and give up. That's a great goal, not just seeing the number on the scale go down. Because remember, at the end of the day, weight loss and fat loss are 2 different things. And we go over that big time at Heartletics. So at the end of the day, you need to understand this. It does not matter what you do at all. Just that last bonus tip is really the secret right there. Consistency is key. You cannot give up. So many times, life's going to test you and say, well, how bad do you actually want it? I'm going to test you and throw curveballs your way, throw adversity your way, and you're not going to see results. You're going to hit this little plateau. How bad do you actually want it? Because when you're able to continue to push through and you have the proper mindset, and that's another key thing that we're going to go over because that's what a lot of these other coaches, they don't focus on. A lot of these programs that are just, catered to the millions. Oh, buy this meal plan, buy this training program, and there's no mindset shift at all. There's no knowledge, there's no encouragement, there's no community support. It's leaving those guys in the dust. They never see the results, and they end up just wasting away their money because they regain all the weight right back. You got to have the proper mindset. You have to. That is a fundamental. You have to. So just remember this. Number 1, best training tip, right? do what you enjoy doing. Number 2, do something that you can focus on and progress with over time. Number 3, it has to work best for your lifestyle, schedule, body type. And lastly, number 4, the bonus tip, be consistent. Don't give up, especially when life's throwing you curveballs and you're not seeing the results that you're looking for. Continue to put one foot in front of the other. That's why we always preach at Heartletics, 1% better each and every day. That is going to change your life completely if you have the right mindset and your head's in the right place. So guys, I hope you guys got some value from today's podcast. If you did, definitely let me know. Maybe share this with a friend, a loved one. Share this on your social media page. And as always, guys, this has been Coach Joe with the Heartletics Podcast. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts.